The last time we talked to each other was, your visit to the Manila Times, and since then, we've been hearing these things from different people about the ease of doing business in the Philippines. And the Philippines already has a law, right? But I was wondering why people keep bringing it up. I mean, from your perspective, what's the situation on the ground? What's the missing pieces to actually making easier for you guys to be here?
So I think the ease of business will always be a discussion topic.
Okay.
And I think in the case of the Philippines, I'll give you a couple of an example. So obviously during the Duterte administration, at the very end, they passed 3 bills.
Right.
One was the Retail Trade Act, Foreign Investment Act, and the third one is the Public Service Act.
Yeah.
Now, to my knowledge, the Public Service Act still does not have the implementing rules and regulations.
No, it doesn't, yeah.
The other 2 do.
Yeah.
And to me, that probably kind of highlights some of the challenges. And the reason for that is, if you take the Retail Trade Act, they designated department to do the IRR was the Department of Trade and Investment. It was done very quickly.
Okay.
We were asked to consult. If you now look at the Public Service Act, it involves multiple agencies. That's where things become much more complicated and delayed. Now, I think when we come back to ease of doing business, we have to be realistic and focused. So I'll give you an example as well. So some years ago, we were invited to a meeting at the Department of Trade and Investment, DTI, who, of course, want to encourage investment of foreign companies and so forth. If you look at setting up a company in the Philippines, I think it'll be very difficult to emulate Singapore.
Yeah, you can open a company and dissolve it on the same day, probably.
I mean, it's like in hours.
Yeah.
So I think what we've got to look at in the Philippines is, what is our advantage? We want to get companies here because this in itself is a very important market. And now we can also use that as a gateway to Southeast Asia. So we need to kind of focus on what companies need to get here. And I think where it can do, improve particularly individual departments or agencies, their own processes. Obviously, if you do it electronically, that's a big help.
Okay.
I mean, as somebody who's a permanent resident of the Philippines, one example as a personal note is that you can renew your driving license much easier.
Okay.
And now it goes from, I think it was 3 years, then
now
it was 5 years, and now it's 10 years.
Yeah.
So I can renew on my next birthday next month.
It's 10 years, but unfortunately, I think you have to go back to the LTO to get your medical exam every 3 years. But granted, it's been a big improvement.
I mean, I think this is the way we got to look at it. What can individual departments do, and what can be done in terms of electronic process, right? Submissions, so
digitalization.
So, to come to your point, why does it make a difference? Of course, companies coming will always look how easy is it for them to do business compared to other venues. But we've got to look at what advantages we have here and try to get them here, and then say, yes, you can expand now into Southeast Asia. And that's why the ratification of RCEP, which was
so important,
is so important.
Yeah.